Good evening, LTL Nation, and welcome to the 7-Minute Breakthrough Revolution. My name is Omar Alhegelan, and tonight I'm broadcasting live from France, from Antibes, France, and we will be talking about courage. Courage. I've been thinking about that for a while, and my God, so many people are courageous. So many things are courageous. So many events in life make us courageous. But I guess today being March 25th, and there being in Dubai the Dubai World Cup, I was thinking about jockeys. I was thinking about these incredible athletes, guys that are shorter than 5 feet tall, weigh less than 140 pounds. And you have these guys riding on top of some of the most majestic beasts on earth. And I was trying to imagine the courage that it must take for them to get up on such a high-stakes night and get on top of that horse and do their standard, do their usual, ride to their best. I mean, there has to be a lot of courage in there. And then I started thinking about the courage within us all, the courage within my child, within my daughter, within my wife, my parents. And every time we're confronted with a difficult situation and we have to forge through, and all the courage that's in there. People said, well, you know, you're an athlete and you do extreme things. How courageous is it when you do this, that, and the other? You know, when you go base jumping off the tallest building or go jump a very short facade. When you go water skiing, you barefoot water ski. You've gone skydiving in the North Pole and Antarctica. Isn't that courageous? Yes and no. I guess there must be some sort of courage in there, but I personally don't see it. You know, I see way beyond that simple point of what we call courage, the obvious, in front of your face courage. And for me, I mean, since we've been talking about the parental aspect of coaching and of these talks, I will address courage also using the parenting perspective. There's an elephant in the room of parenting that nobody talks about. Or if they do, at least I wasn't privy to it. And that is pretty much what happens when a child is born prematurely. When a mother has a miscarriage. This is some of the most difficult things that any parent can go through. It is the hardest time within us. You've been dreaming and hoping and praying and finally getting this child that's coming to life. The mother is holding the child and feeding it within her. The father is living vicariously every step of the way. And sometimes, unfortunately, too many times, that child is born before its time. That child is born before it is ready to come out. And unfortunately, because of that, a lot of times we lose children, and that's what a miscarriage is. So many people don't address this point. I was shocked. It happened to my wife and I. And I remember the more I talked to people about it, the more I realized how common it is, or how many people have had these situations. It's very tricky and it's very difficult for you as a parent, especially as a man, to bring up such a topic. But you know what? The fact that so many women have undergone this, and the fact that so many women keep having children, that to me is courage. That is courage, the courage of a mother, of a wife, to have a baby within her, and to, unfortunately, before the time is right, not be able to deliver that child that she's cared and nurtured and loved so much. And to be able to put that behind you, and to think positively, forget about the pain, forget about the disappointment, forget about everything else that has gone, to be able to push that aside and muster all the energy, all the strength, and all the love to be able to do it again. That is courageous. And I applaud all you mothers out there. I applaud all of you that have had issues, and God knows there's so many of them. We know there are. And I wish more people would talk about these things. I know that I, as a man, as a father, as a husband, I would have loved to have been much better prepared. But I guess most people don't like to talk about negativity. They only like to talk, they only like to talk about positivity. They don't like to talk about the negative aspects. And I understand that. I'd rather hear about all the positive things in life rather than the negative things. But you know what? Sometimes when we're better equipped to deal with the situation, then it makes it that much easier. And I can honestly and genuinely tell you all that it would have been much easier for me and everyone around me had I known that so many things and so many miscarriages do happen, and that it's just one of those facts of life that you have to get back up, get back on that proverbial horse, and keep on going. So, mad props and respect to all you parents out there. There's so much courage within each and every one of you, and I love it. So I didn't really want to go and talk about something that's just so stereotypical of what courage is and what people tend to look at courage, but rather I just wanted to thank and I appreciate and I applaud all you women out there who have had such a difficult time in doing everything that you do, the best that you do. This said, I just want to let you know that next week, well, not next week, it's already next week, tomorrow, Faisal would be talking about positivity. I'd like to thank all of you, as always, for being with me tonight. And if you have any question or comments, please send me an email to www.ltl.com or to our social media. Feel free to hit us up at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and whatever other Twitter, I guess, that I missed out on Life Talks Live. As I always do, I close with love, peace, and respect. Salam, shalom, namaste. Thank you. Good night.